welcome. Thanks for clicking. So, I'm coming at you, half asleep. I'm going to try to make this quick, fit into the 15-minute running time or running allotment of, if I'm dodgy, it's because I haven't slept in a long time. So, this is the deal. I'm employed, I have a job. Like I say, I think I already said it just now, that I haven't slept for, I basically didn't get any sleep last night at all, and so if I seem goofy, that's why. So yesterday, I got a call from this job, this upscale, whatever the hell you want to call it, furniture place that I mentioned before, the one I had an interview for. I got offered a part-time position, which is more hours than I was getting at my last job, with potentially even more hours available in the future, so things are looking good. So today, long story short, today was the first day. I went in at noon and did the paperwork, all the whatever crap, and was there for what seemed like forever, but until 2:30, so 2.5 hours. And the woman yesterday told me I was going to be there from noon to 4. Luckily I wasn't, because I didn't get any sleep. So I was there from noon to 2:30, and I just wanted to make a video about just an update that I got a job, and this is on my mind, and I just want to get it off my chest, and I can't sleep. Now, since I quit my job on June 21st, my other job, or my old job, I don't have a reason, I didn't have a reason to get up. That job would kind of keep you in check. Sometimes you'd, I'd start working at noon or even earlier and stuff. So that job would, or a job, or that job in particular, would keep you in check as far as your hours that you sleep. But the thing is once you're not working, you really have no reason to get up, early. So what ends up happening for me is you end up sleeping in later and later and going to bed later and later, to the point where I was going to bed when it was starting to get light and the birds were chirping. And yesterday I fucking slept until 2:30 in the afternoon, not knowing that I was going to get a call to come in to, to actually start work or do the paperwork the next day. So I'm like, oh great. I made sure not to drink any pop after 9 p.m. I didn't have any pop yet last night after like 8 or 7 or something like that. Just to try to, I wanted to, obviously try to get to bed as soon as possible so I could get as much sleep as possible. And I guess I wasn't nervous about the job. I guess I was excited. What's the time? I was more excited last night than nervous. there was nothing to be nervous about. It's my umpteenth job, so I don't really get nervous about, job interviews or starting a new job or anything. It was more excitement, and I guess nervous isn't the right word, but I guess there was anxiety just surrounding questions I had which I didn't quite know, how much an hour I was going to be making, how many hours a week I'd be getting, stuff like that. So basically last night, in addition to not having gotten up until 2:30 in the afternoon, that's not going to help you go to bed early. So, oh man, I couldn't get to sleep last night. I just lay there and lay there and lay there, and then I might have got I don't know, hour of sleep or something in between 5 and 8:30 in the morning, and Jesus Christ, it was so frustrating, So I couldn't, freaking fall asleep, and I got up and I I went to the job and did the stuff, and I don't know, I do want to, I'm excited. I guess not right now, but I'm potentially, I was excited, and still, I'm screwed up right now, probably mostly because of my lack of sleep. So in theory, I'm excited, or at least I was yesterday, and I probably still would be if I had any amount of normal sleep. So in theory, I'm excited about the new job. There was several things that are beneficial. They're paying me more than I actually made at my last job and paying me the most money I've ever made, which isn't a lot, but for me it's more than I've ever made, and actually paying me more than I made at my last job, which is up until then the most I made per hour. The potential for, you know, long shifts, which is good because it's not real far, but it's further than my last job, so I don't want to drive out there for 4-hour shifts and stuff. So the potential for long shifts, which is good, better pay, which is good, better hours, which is good. I mean, there's a lot of goods about it. You know, my general first impression of the place today was just like, oh, Jesus Christ, it's slow. I don't understand why they're hiring all these people to basically, like, I was there for 2.5 hours and I don't think there was a single sale. You know, it's one of these places where stuff costs so much money that all they really need to do is sell a bed and they got the days, you know. But it's just like, and I asked the girl who was training me, I'm like, okay, so like, does it ever like, because personally in retail I like busy because time flies like a son of a bitch. So I asked this girl, I'm like, does it like at night, not digging the slowness, at night does it get like, do people come in here? Does it get busy? No, not really. Monday through Thursday sucks. She doesn't say that. This is my This is my relaying it to you. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sundays are more busy. So hopefully I can pretty much work every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Because you know. Good thing is this store doesn't have all kinds of shelves of all these like kind of, I won't, you know, kind of little things, you know, products to be straightened, so I won't be straightening shelves, which is some, you know, one of the things I took into account when I applied for the job. I had to wear an apron at my last job, which I just, after a while, I just really hated. I don't have to wear an apron here, which is just, it feels so liberating, and it's great to not have to wear an apron. For now, I can wear my own clothes, but they might switch to a polo, which is fine. I don't mind. I don't mind that. Might switch to a polo shirt. So, you know, my let's check the time. Okay, about halfway through or more. In closing, my kind of underwhelmed with the first day. With the people, particularly with the coworkers, with the people there. Not having had any like real extensive, extended interaction with people since I quit is kind of shitty to get back into the mix and realize how coarse people are compared to me, or at least that's my interpretation of how, you know, or my whatever. Not too excited, you know, based on just the, you know, it's just 2.5 hours, so you can't really base, you know, everything on 2.5 hours. But based on what I've experienced today, not too excited about the coworkers, like as far as just, I don't know, I try to be all bubbly and like, hi, I'm Nate. Stuff that I never used to do ever is, you know, when I was new, I'd usually wait for the people to introduce themselves, but here I'm like, go get it, Tiger. Go get him, Tiger. You're thinking to myself, and I'm saying, hi, I'm Nate. I'm trying to just do what I normally don't do, and they're like, hi. You know, it seems like they don't give a shit, which is their right to not give a shit, but it's like, if I was someone and someone new, you know, introduced themselves, I wouldn't be like, yeah, so, you know, they weren't like that, but it's how I felt. But I guess they can't control how I feel. So for, you know, so yippee-ki-yay, I got a job, I guess, is what this video's for, and just kind of a downer first day. I work Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and where are we on time? Okay. And we'll see how it goes. I just wanted to make a video that says, whoopee-doo, I got a job. And I guess I'll keep you posted. One thing I wanted to say before I ended is what I really hate about first starting jobs is just the list they have you go through, the training or whatever. I mean, I didn't actually do anything. To me, I learned best hands-on or hand-on, as it were. You know, get me on the register, get me doing stuff. I didn't do any of that. It was just like, look at going through the checklist. This is what we want to tell you. This is what we want to tell you. And I'm really not good, especially when I haven't slept all night, at just having someone talk to me for 2.5 hours about, operating procedures and this and that. After a while, it just goes one in one ear and out the other, and it's just like, so it was kind of a. I've had jobs where my first day, like at a past video store, my first day, by the end of my shift, I was just ringing up customers and checking out movies and checking in. I was just basically doing the job by the end of the first day. So I don't really like, I don't really like jobs that are like this, where you have days and days of training where it's just like you never even, well, hopefully I get to start doing something next time or the time after this next time. There's a squirrel right out there. He's just saw me. Hi. Pooh! He's, okay, anyway, so, you could maybe hear him run away. So that's the first day, first impression of the first day at the job. There's pluses to it. One of the things I was really taken aback by, or put off by, was the fact that, like, the name tags have your last name on them. They didn't make one for me yet, but I looked at some of the other people's name tags. Some people weren't even wearing them, and some were, and I was just like, what's the deal with that? But the one I did see has got their fucking last name on it, and I'm like, what? I think that's a little intrusive. That means anyone could just find out where I live. I'm going to actually ask about that and ask why that is, and I'm going to say, I don't approve. I don't know if I'm going to say that, but I'm going to say it's a little intrusive, isn't it? Another thing that I wasn't, very happy to hear about is that they're going to get, one thing I have a problem with is the walkie-talkies I don't want to, I basically won't. I like my hearing so much that that's cool, look at that. I can light my face with my hand. I like my hearing. I don't wear earbuds or earphones or anything like that. And I basically will not wear a walkie-talkie earpiece. I won't do it. So basically, if they say you have to do it or you're fired, I'm going to be fired. Because I'm not going to, in my opinion, you wear that enough in one ear, this one ear is slowly going to lose, or maybe not so slowly, lose hearing. I got to wrap up. So I mentioned it to her, and she said, "Oh, maybe you should be able to work around it." So hopefully I'll be able to not have the thing in my ear, because I ain't gonna put it in my ear. If it means the end of the job, it's the end of the job. I ain't putting it in my ear. I ain't fucking up my hearing for this job. So that was the two bummer things. The third bummer thing was they got the exact same music that was at my former job that I hate, like the exact same station or whatever it is, the satellite radio thing. So that, last name on the name tags, and potentially ear thing, which I'm not going to wear, which I don't know if it will result in my termination or not, hopefully not. And also, from what I could tell in 2.5 hours, a kind of boring, bland, so far, from who I've met so far, group of coworkers. So that's my first impression and my first 2.5 hours on the job. Obviously, I know to stick with the job. You can't just, a lot of times when you start a job, it's this, learning everything is a lot to take in all at once. I got to end this, and based on past jobs, I know that I have to just stick with it and give it weeks and weeks and weeks, and after a while it'll become home, as much as just like my last job was home. So you just have to stick with it and hope that the next shift is better, which hopefully it will be. And thank you very much for watching. I tried to go to bed. I tried to take a nap when I got home from work. I wasn't able to sleep, so I'm like, this is just on my mind, so I want to talk about it. So I haven't slept basically all night, so I'm surprised how well I was able to talk. So thank you very much for watching, and I suppose I'll follow up later with other updates, so catch you later.